Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel English Literature. Now we are going to read Macbeth Act 2 Scene 4 and this is the final scene of Act 2. In the previous scene what happened? Let's have a recap. In the previous scene Duncan's murder is revealed and Malcolm and Donald fled to England and Ireland for their safety. Now in this scene, this is the last scene of Act 2. This scene is between Ross and an old man and it is outside Macbeth's castle. In this scene, an old man and Ross exchange accounts of recent happenings, the unnatural happenings. They are discussing about the unnatural happenings. This havoc in nature. Destruction of natural order. Everything is just not like uncommon. And here this old man figure, he's like Greek choric character. He's informing like a choric character. He's informing us about the happenings through various portents, various omens. The nature actually rebels against the human activity, human crime. The weather became tempestuous, turbulent, tumultuous, and all these extraordinary happenings in nature that is called unnatural. It expose the heinous crime that human beings are going to do in this earth. Enter Ross and old man. 70 I can remember well. 70 30 means 20 into 3 20 and next 30 and plus 10, total 70. So the old man age is 70. He is saying that 70 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange, but this sore night hath trifled former knowings. Do you remember one Lennox's speech in the previous scene, when Lennox was describing the weather, the atmosphere with Macbeth? Lennox was saying the night has been unruly and my young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it. That during my brief experience of life, I cannot remember a night equal to this in strange happenings. So Lennox was saying to Macbeth that in Lennox's life, though the Lennox is not as old as this old man, in his brief time, he cannot remember such thing happening. So the old man is saying this, that in my lifetime, that is almost 70 years, and during this period of time I have witnessed frightful hours, strange happenings, but this dreadful night, the night when Duncan was murdered, it was the most awful. It just trifles away his former experiences. Ross. Now Ross is supporting him. Ha, good father, thou seest the heavens, as troubled with man's action, threatens his bloody stage. And this heavens threatens his bloody stage. Heaven is disturbed by observing earth's bloody acts. So use of plural subject with singular verb is common in Shakespeare's time. So heaven is disturbed by observing Earth's bloody acts. And yet dark night strangles the travelling lamp. And yet the dark night strangles the travelling lamp. What does it mean? Dark night. The night is dark. It strangles. Strangles means it extinguishes, suffocates, stifles. The travelling lamp. What is the travelling lamp? That is the sun. So the dark night has become more powerful than day. It is night's predominance. Night has become more powerful. Night has become more powerful than day. It is night's predominance or the day's same. That darkness does the face of earth entomb. Entomb means engulf, envelop, cover. When living light should kiss it. So when it is time for the sun to envelop the earth, time for the sun to rise, to shine upon this earth, but in spite of the time for sun, it is darkness that is reigning in this land. Triumphant of darkness. So we remember that Macbeth and Lady Macbeth both invoke darkness. Macbeth in Act 1, Scene-4 invokes darkness. Again Lady Macbeth in Act 1, Scene-5 invokes darkness, to request darkness to hide their criminal acts. So too much darkness has been invoked that even the daylight is engulfed by darkness. But this darkness is quite unnatural because they pray for darkness to hide their criminal acts. But this unnatural darkness is actually revealing their criminal acts. That something heinous crime has happened. That's why there is so much unnatural darkness that even predominates the sunlight. Happening. Unnatural happening. That when there should be the daylight, there is darkness. Now, old man, it is unnatural. Even like the deeds that is done. So, this darkness is contrary to nature, even like the murder that has been committed. So, darkness and murder goes hand in hand. Darkness and murder goes hand in hand. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed. So what is happening? The general order of happening is just reversed. Falcon is a bird who hovers in the air, high in the air. But owl usually horns close to the ground. But the reversal of situation. Now, as Macbeth reverts the situation, the regicide, Macbeth being a subject to the king kills king. So this reversal of situation, this murder is reversal of nature. Macbeth goes against nature, and now everything, whatever is happening, is going against nature. Number one, sunlight is hindered by darkness. Even in daytime there is darkness. Number two, falcon is killed by owl. Owl who usually hunts close to the ground. Mousing owl means Owl usually hunts mouse in the ground to eat. But murdering of falcon by a lower bird is synonymous with murdering Duncan. Falcon is Duncan, is killed by owl, Macbeth. Macbeth is a subject. Macbeth is his subject and Duncan is king. So when subject is murdering king, when owl is murdering falcon, this reversal of situation is happening here. Okay. Now, Ross is saying, and Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race. Minions means favorite. Minions means darling. Minions mean favorite. Turned wild in nature. They became wild beasts. They behaved like wild beasts, broke their stalls. Stalls means the circle place for the horses. Stalls means the circle place for the horses. Broke their stalls. Flung out. Flung out means rushed out. Flung out. Contending against obedience. Contending against obedience mean defying their keepers, as they would make war with mankind, as if they are declaring war against mankind. So these things, these unnatural things are happening. That Duncan's horses, which are handsome and fast runners, and they are the most favorite and most beautiful of their breed, they turned into wild beasts, smashed their stalls and rushed out, defying their keepers, whom they are usually used to obey. It appeared as if those horses wanted to fight a war against mankind. Okay. The old man. It is said that they eat each other. Oh my God! Even it is said that they eat each one another. You will find that even in Shakespeare's other dramas, mostly the tragedies, when Julius Caesar, King Lear, Hamlet, everywhere you will find that terrible supernatural consequence occurrence visible, storm, tumultuous weather change. This accompany with the murder. So it is very common feature that human action is revealed through the turbulence of nature. And when Duncan is murdered, the atmospheric disturbance is very symbolic. So there is actually, through these atmospheric disturbances, there the writer want to draw a symbolic connection. A symbolic connection between moral, natural thread of life. Okay. By killing Duncan, Macbeth diverts the general order of sanctity. Macbeth breaks the general order of sanctity. A subject, a kinsman, should protect his king, but Macbeth murders his king, regicide. So Macbeth breaks the general order of sanctity, and for that reason everything is now in chaos. And a dark shadow has descended upon the realm of Scotland, in which the old order of benevolent king and loyal subject is going to be replaced by a darker relationship between tyrant and his victims. So as this general order of sanctity is broken, chaos, mayhem is just shadowing the realm of Scotland. And from now on, there is going to be the rule of tyrant. Ross, they did so to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Looked upon it. So Ross is saying, they really did so. I, who was looking at the scene, felt astonished. Now enter Macduff. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, and now? So Macduff, Ross is asking Macduff that what is the news, sir? But Macduff, I feel that Macduff is suspecting. Macduff is doubting. Macduff's answer is not so soothing, not so placid. He is disturbed inside. Why? See you not? Why you are asking me? Do you not know the news? Are you not understanding what is happening? Ross, is it known who did this more than bloody deed? More than bloody deed. Regicide is more than bloody deed. Killing a king, not killing any other person, but killing a king is more than bloody deed. Macduff, those that Macbeth had slain. Apparently it is found that the murder was committed by those whom Macbeth has killed. Ross, alas the day, what good could they pretend? What good could those murderers intend to achieve? Actually, there is no point for the murderers to no point for the chamberlains to murder Duncan, because there is no gain for them. Now Macduff is saying they are suborned. Suborned means they are instigated. They have no reason to murder Duncan, but they are instigated to commit the crime. They are bribed. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled. So this word I have noticed, stolen away, and in the previous scene, okay, I am going there. In the previous scene, there is the word when Malcolm is saying, is to avoid the aim therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave taking. There is no need to leave taking, but shipped away. There is warrant in that theft which steals itself when there is no mercy left. The last speech, scene 3, last line spoken by Malcolm, there you will find the word still. What does Malcolm want to mean there? That a man has a right to steal himself away from a place of danger. And that word still, here also Macduff is using that word, are stolen away. They steal, and they are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed. So you must, for this word you must visit scene 3rd, last line by Malcolm. So as they have fled, so the suspicion goes on them that they have bribed the chamberlains to kill their father. But it is not possible. Why? Malcolm is already declared the next king. So there is no need for Malcolm to do this regicide, to kill his own father to become the king. There is no need. It is a very bad excuse, and I feel personally that Macduff can understand. Macduff is in doubt. Ross, against nature still. That it is against nature. Thriftless ambition. What is meant by thriftless ambition? Unrestrained ambition. But this unrestrained ambition, this word does not go for Malcolm or Donalbain, but it is for Macbeth. because Malcolm and Donald are already going to be king. There is no need for them to do these words. That will raven up. Raven up means swallow. Greedily. Raven up means swallow greedily. Thine own lives means the source of their own life. The sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth. So this is the great news. Now the prediction of the witches, the final prediction that Macbeth will be king, it is fulfilled. As Malcolm and Donald have fled away, and there is the kinsman Macbeth is remain here for being the king. Okay. Macbeth will be the next king. It is decided that Macbeth will be the next king because Duncan and Macbeth both are in relationship. They both are the grandsons of Malcolm the second, the previous king. So in that case, as there is no other to be king, Macbeth will be king. Macduff is already named and gone to Scone to be invested. So it is already named that Macbeth will be king. His name is declared and he has gone for his coronation. Invested means installed as the king. Install, not this L. Okay. What is Duncan's body? Carried to Cormichael. You will find that Macduff is not talking too much. Macduff is just answering what he is asking, what he is asked by Ross. Actually, Macduff is not telling directly, but Macduff is suspecting Macbeth. Cormichael is the place, island of Iona. Island of Iona in the Hebrides. And this place is the burial ground for Scottish kings. Note down, this place was the burial ground for Scottish kings from 973 to 1040 AD. Okay, so Duncan is taken there for his burial. The sacred storehouse of his predecessor. Storehouse means burial place here. Storehouse here refers to burial place. The sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones. This is the place where the bones of Duncan's ancestors lie in safety. So he is taken there. Ross, will you to Scone? Are you going to Scone? Is the place where the coronation is going to happen. Coronation of Macbeth is going to happen. No, cousin, I'll to Fife. Fife means Macduff's place. Fife is Macduff's home. No, I am not going. I am going to Macduff's place. Macduff does not join the coronation. He returns to his home at Fife. Ross, well, I will be there. So Ross says that I am going to Scone to join the coronation. Macduff, well, may you see things well done there. Adieu. Okay, then you go. May you see things being properly done there. Farewell. Lest our old robe sit easier than our new. So this line reveals the this short speeches of Macbeth, the restlessness of Macbeth, and the doubts in Macbeth's heart. What does he mean? That let us hope that we do not find ourselves in worse circumstances than we were during the previous regime. Lest our old robes, here again there is dress imagery, old robes. Old robes stands for previous position. Old robe stands for previous position during the time of Duncan, and new time refers to Macbeth's time. So our old robe sit easier than our new, meaning he suspects things will not go as well under Macbeth's reign as they did under Duncan. Just note down this line. He suspects, or he apprehends, or he fears that things will not go as well under Macbeth's reign as they did under Duncan. So this is he is apprehensive of. Ross, farewell father. Here father refers to the old man. Old man, the last speech, he is the choric character of this scene. God's benediction, God's blessing go with you and with those that would make good of bad and friends of foes. So God's blessing go with all those who would transform bad into good and enemies into friends. The old man is seeking blessing for everyone, for every peacemakers. Okay, so with the speech of old man, this scene ends, and this scene is important in order to emphasize the theme of disorder and chaos. Theme of disorder and chaos. And in this scene also, this scene is just like the partition line. You can think that this scene is just like the partition line. Duncan's reign and then Macbeth's reign, and this scene acts as a partition line between these two. We are shifted from Duncan's reign to Macbeth's reign. Macbeth is going to be coronated, so the audience and the reader, as a reader and audience, we are prepared in the next scenes for Macbeth's reign. We are entering from Duncan's reign to Macbeth's reign. So like Macbeth, we all are apprehensive of. Okay, thank you. So in our next act and next scene, we will meet with Macbeth's reign.